to have you back. I'm Alejandra Marin, and today we will talk about another of the P's from the marketing mix, place. Let's imagine you have done a lot of work to understand your target market. You have developed your product and put a price in it. And thanks to Facebook, you have a lot of fans who are demanding to buy the product. So what next? Well, you need to send your product and distribute your product so the product can arrive to the hands of the consumers. In this video, we will identify factors important in choosing between a direct and indirect distribution channel, define hybrid marketing systems, and finally, explain intensive, exclusive, and selective forms of distribution. Let's start. As you have learned from other resources provided for this topic, companies face choices when they structure their distribution channels. Would it make sense to sell directly to customers but use intermediaries to sell to others? How to choose? The marketing manager must select a channel structure that creates a competitive advantage for the company based on the size and needs of the target market. What potential advantages does selling directly to consumers have? With e-commerce, companies can sell directly to consumers in a cost-efficient way. Companies decide to sell directly to consumers because in that way, companies can save on the cost of an intermediary. Also, they can have a tight control of the supply chain and obtain almost immediate feedback about customers' preferences and suggestions. Think about brands that exclusively sell their own products through brand name stores such as Old Navy. Indirect sales are situations in which companies use intermediaries such as wholesalers, dealers, or distributors. They do so because customers are more familiar with these intermediaries. These intermediaries can reach them more efficiently, and the company does not need to invest from its own pocket on a distribution system intensive in capital. Many times, companies do not need to choose between direct and indirect distribution. Instead of serving a target market with a single channel, companies have added new channels: direct sales, direct mail, and indirect sales with distributors and retail sales. As they add channels and communications methods, they create a hybrid marketing system. Let's look at an example. This is a real company called Taza. The size of the target market, the type of product the company sells, the needs of the company and the needs of the target market affects the type of distribution system the company uses. In this case, Taza uses a hybrid marketing distribution system. Taza sells unrefined, minimally processed chocolate with bold flavor and texture. They sell chocolate bars, chocolate-covered nuts, chocolate discs, and varieties of chocolate bark. Taza sells directly to consumers through their online store and their factory store. Taza also uses indirect channels with retailers such as Natural Groceries, Vitamin Plus, and Natural Foods Market here in Lubbock. A very important intermediary for Taza is the wholesalers that work with the company. Here we can see information available for organizations interested in buying wholesale with a specific catalog. Finally, Taza also uses distributors for national or regional transactions. Because chocolate melts, they need to use distributors so they can serve remote locations at an efficient cost. How intense is the distribution of chocolate products that Taza sells? We are not going to find Taza chocolate sold in gas stations, but we will find Kit Kat bars, right? Another important decision that managers need to make is the level of coverage. Taza's level of coverage is selective, which as we will learn next, is the second level of coverage. The first and most intense level of market coverage is intensive distribution. Companies intensively distribute their products in this level. The idea is to maximize the market coverage by selling the product through almost all available wholesalers or retailers. Examples are chocolate candies and chewing gums. The second level is the selective distribution. Tasa is a company that uses selective distribution. You cannot find Tasa in a gas station, so the company limits distribution to some retailers or wholesalers. Why do you think Tasa does it? Well, the answer could be that the target market goes to particular stores. The price point does not work for mass-oriented distributors, or the image that the company wants to portray for the company matches with few retailers. The final level is the exclusive distribution. Here the company only uses either one intermediary or a single outlet in a particular region. Think about very exclusive car brands such as a Ferrari that you cannot buy through a local dealership, but only through company-authorized distribution channels. Remember, all 4 Ps have to match. So in the case of Tasa, the product is not for mass consumption. So the distribution has to support the company's objectives, the product's characteristics, and the target market's needs. So in summary, we have discussed key trade-offs that companies have when they decide between selling directly and indirectly to consumers. We also explain why companies develop hybrid marketing systems. And finally, we explain the 3 levels of market coverage. I hope you keep reading about distribution. Logistics and supply chain are fields full of jobs opportunities. Thank you for watching.